art class. I, on the other hand, had a very severe issue of COVID and I had brain fogginess and I wanted art as a therapy. So I took his classes and both of us found something very profound through art, something very beautiful. And this is exactly what we are trying to teach you today. Okay, so today we are going to introduce you to the world of art, which we are extremely are proud of, extremely proud of how and what we do with art. So let's start. And before that, I want all of you to follow a page called Soulflow. Niranjan, can you drop the link in the chat? Because Instagram is pretty much where you will find all updates from us. You will see more workshop updates like us. Some of you, I think, already follow us. For the ones who don't, please follow us. You guys mute yourself. So we have a very small team. We have a team of 3 people to 4 people, but together we are really enthusiastic about art. We constantly try to bring out the best. And since then, we have been conducting 9 workshops, 9 huge 2-month-long workshops. We did it. But now, as you know, lockdown khatam ho raha hai and people are getting more busy. So we don't have time for full-blown 2-week courses. Sorry, 2-month courses. But we try to do these short workshops. We try to do weekend workshops. And more than anything, our yourself, guys. It's getting a little difficult to explain. Please, all of you, give me like 5 seconds to check. You're on mute. So like I said, our participants are from 8-year-olds to 60-year-olds also. And it's a beautiful, wonderful thing. And today you will see we are holding another workshop like this only. And we will together do it. So little introduction about what is Inktober, because the workshop was also about Inktober. So Inktober was a challenge that was started by somebody called Jake Parker. He had started this as an online challenge, and very soon this trend carried on forward. Now, all throughout Inktober, all through the month of October, every day artists practice and subscribe to one art drawing. So it could either be one from the prompts. Today is the crystal prompt, by the way. So today we will be exactly doing this. Let's start, since it's October 1 and it's time to start with new opportunities. We'll start with one simple crystal. We'll start drawing how to draw the crystal. And then gradually you'll realize how we have to do this all day long across 31 days. So if you join the bigger community with us, that is, we have a very huge community, a Soulflow community. If you join this, we will take this challenge together. We will draw every day together. And so for example, look at our Padlet today. These are celebrations of today itself. All the people who are part of our community have been drawing different prompts on crystals. Look at how beautiful creations are there. So if you are on your art journey, you want to be more consistent with art, you want to learn how to be a consistent artist and to create works like this, or maybe even this. This is from our current batch. These are people who said they can never draw, but look at what they are drawing now. So if you want to join this community, stay with us till the end. After now, I won't take your time because I know you're excited to draw today. Let's draw, and then later stay back and we will tell you how to join this art community and how to try to draw all this today. Okay, so are you ready to begin this art journey? You ready to draw something like this? You ready to become an artist today? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's go.
All of you, come on guys, put a thumbs up. See, there's a reaction button right next to your name. Click that. Show me your love. Show me your thumbs up. Yes, excited. So excited, all of us. So one thing, if you want to join the Inktober community, if you want to join for 31 days, one thing I would suggest is get a special notebook. And that is all you'll need in this class. One notebook and one pen. And together we'll fill this all with drawings. Okay. Now, Niranjan, how about you show us some of your drawings?
Some of my drawings. All right. Okay, spotlight my book. Can you?
What?
Spotlight the video.
I can't see your book as such.
The thing. Yes, I found it. Spotlighting. All right, guys. So this might be a little old for those of you who've been seeing me over and over again, but these are some of my sketches that I made during the last Inktober. This I have plenty more. This one. Here are some more.
Firdos wants to ask something. Yes, Firdos, please.
All of them during the last Inktober.
If you want to see more drawings like this, guys, please log on to our Instagram page and like it, because we will be showing you all updates of his drawings. Every drawing that you want to see for him is there. Tutorials are there. And apart from that, every night at 10 to 11, we will come live and draw with you.
Ma'am, this is Firdaus. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, you're audible.
Ma'am, what kind of pen we can use for this? Like any gel pen 0.51 or any fine liners pen, macrons or so?
Yes. Hey, I understand your question here. So Niranjan this side. Your So today's session, that's exactly what we're addressing about. I'll be introducing you to the materials, what can be done, how it can be done, and all of it. For today, don't worry too much about the materials. Just in a regular pen would do. Okay, I'll be introducing you to the materials that you need. All right, so don't worry.
Okay.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining in. And yes, by the way, we have it 150 participants. So shall we begin? Shall we begin the drawing? Sanchari? Let's go.
Yes. So as you know, today's prompt was crystal. What is the timeline? We'll be doing this in 1 hour. In 1 hour, you will be drawing, learning the basics of illustration, everything. You'll also be surprised at what you can do in 1 hour, but it will be just till 8:30. Okay. So today's prompt for Inktober is crystal. So let's work on it. What are the things that you can think of when you think of crystal? Comment. What are different things and variation? You saw some crystal prompts. I showed you, right? I showed you about what are the different crystals that people have made for crystals. What crystal can you think of? Can you think of a crystal ball? Can you think of salt crystals? Can you think of crystals like these? What crystals can you see? What are the different? See, this is a tiara by somebody. Beautiful crystal. What forms of crystal can you think of? It could be a crystal glass also. Crown full of crystals, jewelry, My Little Pony Crystal Empire. Beautiful idea. Gemstone with a witch, crystal candies. Lovely ideas everybody has here. So this is all about Inktober. Inktober, every day you get one prompt and you have to think of something to draw with it. Like tomorrow's is suit. So what can you think of suit? You can think of a professional suit, a spaceman suit. So this is what we learn about it. So every day you get it in and then you draw. One in Harry Potter, exactly. In fact, that is sort of what I am drawing for crystal as well. The Professor Trelawney with crystal. See? Water crystal, yes. Everybody, there's so many interpretations of crystal. Chalo then, Niranjan, show them what. Let's start drawing with crystals.
All right. Let's start drawing. Okay, guys. So first things first. I'm not following my Instagram yet. Okay, so I want you to first open your phone, search for SoulflowART. SOULFLOWART. SoulflowART and smash the follow button. First things first. Do that. Respond to this if you have done it. If you have. Let us go. Let's go. Let's stay updated with everything that's happening. I'll be doing lives every single day coming for the next 1 month, and I don't want you to miss it. I don't want you to miss it. Live drawing demonstrations, how to draw, art tips, insights, and let's go. All right. Okay, so I know you're all raring to draw. Okay, so we'll begin. Firstly, the materials that you need. Let me address it first up front. The material that I'm going to be using are going to be micron fine liner pens. All right. A lot of you who are complete newcomers here, I'm going to be doing the micron fine liner pens. Now, if you do not have these pens, do not despair. It does not matter. You can just use up any pens that you have. Do you have a marker? Use it. Do you have a gel pen? Use it. Do you have a ball pen? Use it. Don't have pens? Use a good old pencil. Whatever is it that you have, just draw. Just draw. Oh, you don't even have these. I mean, take up your in your computer, MS Paint, Photoshop, whatever. Try digital art, anything. All right. Although Inktober was this movement that is started by this pen illustration artist in order to celebrate ink drawing for his own consistency, it is completely fine. The movement has caught so much fire that it's all right. No matter whatever materials that you draw, at the end of the day, it is all about consistency. It is all about consistency. And you know the thing about consistency, it's about building habits. It's about setting a habit, setting one habit that you follow every single day, consistent, regardless of whether whatever situations that we face. Guys, we had so much difficulties organizing this workshop. No idea to even tell about it. But congratulations to you all for turning up eventually. I mean, it's brilliant. So congratulations to you all for taking the very first step to building positive drawing habits with this one anchor point. All right. So are you all ready to make the first drawing? Are you all ready to make a positive change to your life starting from this moment? Yes. If just respond with yes. If you are ready to make positive change in your life with this moment. Let's go. Start. I am waiting. I cannot wait. Brilliant. So many people. Ooh, the chat box is exploding. I love this. You see, guys, it's all about a reciprocation of energy. I give you energy, you give it back to me, I give it back to you, give it back to me, I give it back to you. We all want a high voltage, high energy session, right? And how is it possible when it's all dull? So, guys, it's all about energy reciprocation. So let's keep the waves higher. Let's keep the vibes higher. You see this? It's all energy transmission. Let's keep the energy transmission going. Let's keep the heart and mind connection going. And let us flow. Let us flow with the pen. Let us flow and find our zen with pen. All right. So to begin with, now the paper size, what I'm going to be using. I am going to be working with an A6, A5 size paper. This is an A5 sized paper. All right, A5 size paper. The drawing that I'm going to be making could be much smaller. All right, close to A6, but somewhere within this thing. I am using this size so that it becomes convenient for me. I want to make a drawing that I can finish. All right, if I draw on an A2 size chart, I know I'm not going to complete it. So I will just make a drawing on which I'm comfortable with. You all have drawn with pencils. You all know how to draw with pencils, right? A simple line, you all know it. And how do I shape? I just keep blending more with pencils. With pens, however, there is a slight difference. Let's say whatever pens are you using right now. Forget about the pen tip sizes, whatever pens that you are using right now. The thing is, you don't draw that way. Why? Because when you just shade like this, it just looks all blotchy. And it isn't good for the nib as well. These pen nibs, especially these fine liner pens, the ones you see with Micron, these are very, like very fine. And, like very sensitive nibs. You want to be very careful with them. You want to take care of them. So these pens, these are very special equipments. You don't want to ruin them. So you don't want to scratch them like this, but rather the first thing that we draw is, I want you all to repeat after me, okay? Throughout the session, I'll be using some certain formulas. What we are going to be doing, we are going to be drawing line by line by line, stroke by stroke by stroke. All right, line. So let's say if I want to fill up an area, instead, so if I were doing it with a pencil, all right, I would just be shading it like this. However, with the pen, what do? I fill this up line by line by line by line by line by line. All right, this is the very first step. We draw line by line by line. Then next thing, the second thing that we need to understand when we draw is that we need to draw it we need to distinguish between a line and a stroke. Okay, so we have this line here. And then in this one, the pen that I'm using are fine liner pens. These are called fine liner pens. Now, however, when I draw them, see, you notice my movement. I am just pulling my pens here like this. I'm pulling my pens here like this. I'm pulling my pens here. Okay. So when I try to pull like this, instead I can just try a different method where I just flick my pen. See, in this case, your line becomes a stroke. See this? Try this. Try these out with your pens. You notice a difference in motion. The first one, I decide a starting point, I decide an ending point. I move my pen accordingly. Starting point, ending point, I move it accordingly. See this? Just try this out. See guys, what you're doing right now is also called hatching. It's called hatching. Okay. It's called hatching. We can also hatch like this with flicks. All right. So I hope you understood what a hatching is. You understood these two different approaches with pens. The next thing is to understand what's cross hatching. See, just as the term suggests, I hatch and I can cross over it like this. See this? In this case, it becomes cross hatching. This crossing that I do, I can either follow this method where I draw a set of strokes, one, and I cross it like this. In this method, I follow vertical and I follow horizontal and vertical, or I could cross it like horizontal and a diagonal, or I could follow vertical and diagonal. You see this, guys? Just as we add a certain set of strokes, okay, we add a certain set of strokes. All I need to do is I just need to switch up my direction a little and I can add a second set of strokes. In this case, hatching becomes, what do you call it? Cross hatching. See, just as the term is, cross hatching. Inking is just about a process of hatching and cross hatching. Inking is just hatching and cross hatching. All right. So if I want to fill up an area in this, let's say I want to draw a block. I want to draw a block, okay, a square block. I'm just demonstrating on this paper piece here, a square block. Or I'll just switch it up a little and I will demonstrate here by this side. Thank you so much. Someone says very useful tip. Thank you so much, Aishwarya. You are going to be getting so much for useful tips and insight bombs. Trust me, we are just beginning. Trust the process. Okay. So now we have this thing. Let's say I want to draw a block. So I have drawn a block. You notice this. How would I hatch for this? See this? I am following the direction of the block here. This is the third major insight. See this? As in, my blocks follow a particular flow. What I do with my pen is I follow my flow. That means how would I draw for a, let's say, how would I draw for a cylinder? See this? I again curve it. I will need to always follow my form. We see a lot of artists who try hatching and cross hatching and then they try drawing in all kinds of different forms. Let's avoid that, okay? Now that you've taken at least 5-10 minutes of session with me, let's get this straight. How do we draw it? We always follow the form. Oh, Shilpa's asked how to draw a circle. Let's try out a circle draw. Okay, I'm trying out a circle. See, how do you, when you note a circle, just try this. You can visualize it in this way. Imagine you're tying a string around the form. Imagine you're tying a string around the form. Or you are moving your fingers along the form. How would you move it? See, let's see this. See this? Isn't this how the strings would flow if you were tying? See, and that becomes a circle. Or if you're seeing from, if you wish to detail further, you can just draw to show the top like this. See, you have a circle. When we cross hatch for a curved surface as well, we follow the same degree of curvature. See this? It's the same set of strokes. I can change the direction and we flow. We form an elegant form like this. Understand? So if I were to cross hatch for this flat form, I draw another set of flat strokes just according to the form. Just according to the form. See that? How about a cylinder? Again, another set of strokes just according to this. There you go. And then the next major tip. Okay, so I hope these are good. These are very useful for you. These are helpful for you. I'm not seeing any response as such. Respond with S if you are absorbing all of these and if these are good. If you find these helpful. S. Let me see. Only then I can know if I should continue. Brilliant. Oh, amazing. Okay, so then the next thing is, let's say I have a light falling over it. Okay, that means when we know that in light we have a certain area that is lit. Can we show? Sure. We have a portion that is lit and that is in darker. Okay, so the key to understanding light is that it's about darkening. See, with pencils, if I want to just show a darker surface, how do I do it? Let me show this to you guys. Sorry. Let me show this to you on a circle. If I am showing light falling, if this portion is lit, then I would just represent the shadows. Okay, I can just represent the shadows by shading here. And I can also draw the cast shadows. In this case, what I am doing right now, is that I am just, like adding more of these pencil tones here to just show that it's under shadows. And these are, these are like the lighter areas. I can add in lesser thing. With pens, we follow a similar strategy. We adopt a similar strategy where what we do is we add in more strokes. We increase the density of the strokes. You see this, guys, in an area here. Okay, in a simple area here. If I want to represent light, if I want to represent medium, if I want to represent dark, what is the simplest method that I can adopt? Considering I have only one tip pen, single tip pen. If it is light, I can just leave it light. If it is medium, I can put in some strokes. And if it is dark, I can just increase the density of my strokes. That is, the number of strokes per area will be higher. You notice how automatically this much portion is darker. Let's try something even more darker here. Ooh, we are going very dark here. Notice this. Let's go. We have 2. And I'm adding another layer. There. See this? I have processed and it's even more darker. You notice this? Okay, you notice this? So this one, this area, this is what makes pen illustration so versatile. I can now change the direction of my hatches. I can change it from hatches to I can change it to strokes. I can process like this. I can use the same thing with multiple pens. Currently, what I'm drawing is with a 0.1 pen. I can do the same with a 0.3 pen, in which case my strokes will be bolder. I can draw the same with a 0.8 pen. See, it's even more bolder. You see this, guys? So much I can do with pens, and that is what makes this medium so alluring. So this. Now I know you're all itching to draw, but I wanted to share a couple of basics before we start, because let's be kind, let's learn to be a little kind, because I know there are a lot of complete beginners joining in this session. Kindness is one of the most important qualities of Soulflow. So there are complete beginners here, and I wanted to give an introduction to some basics regarding how we can draw. All right. Now we are starting and let us go. Okay, so you can draw along with me how to get started, how to draw. What we are going to be drawing.
Anyone here who thinks they cannot draw, like who have absolutely never drawn before and they've just joined this out of because this was for free, but they are very sure they cannot draw. Anybody else? Anybody who thinks they have never drawn before or they are drawing today after a very long time? Tadu, how do you pronounce it? Am I pronouncing it right? Mansi thinks she's not. Okay, Navya also thinks. Okay, let's see by the end of this session what you will say, because our tagline is ABCD. Anybody can draw. So let's see if we are able to teach drawing after 1 year. Wonderful. But I'm not good. Today you will all become good at the end.
Brilliant.
All
brilliant.
will become confident.
Congratulations to you all for showing up nevertheless, right? Amazing. Despite all their hindrances, despite all their mental blocks, they decided to come. And that's amazing. That's amazing.
Excuse me.
Yes, yes, please.
Can you please show the reference pic what we will make today?
Oh, no worries. No worries. You can draw along with me. All right. You don't have to worry about the reference picture.
We are drawing crystals today because that is
we're drawing crystals today. I guess don't worry. You will be able to catch up with me. Okay. So first things first, I am going to decide how big my drawing is going to be. And I have on this paper, I have just decided how big my drawing is going to be. Okay. So I have this, I will occupy this much space in my drawing, this much space in my paper to draw, just leaving a little bit space for the border. I'm going to be using all of this, the rest, all of this I'm going to be using for drawing. Now, to start drawing with, I'm going to be drawing a couple of crystals. See, these are all going to be crystals that are pointed in multiple different directions. Okay. So I'll just be drawing a little bit of arrows. Draw along with me. Let's just draw one step at a time. See, you can't complete a picture in one go. Most of us get so intimidated by seeing a large picture. We don't know where to begin. And that's where I'm here to help you as a friend, as a companion. I'm here to help you break it down and we will follow step by step by step. Okay. So that we can all draw one line, right? You can all draw one line. So let's just try to see another arrow pointing here, another arrow pointing here. Now you ask me, what are these arrows? These arrows are going to be our.
Niranjan, we can't see anything.
We can't see anything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's because the pencil strokes are very light. Now you must be able to see.
No, it's not very clear. It's too bright. It's too bright there.
Probably, like a lot of it also depends upon the, see, it seems to be pretty clear on my screen. But the thing is, a lot of it also depends upon the network bandwidth in your locality as well, right? See, I'm trying to make it as bold as possible for you. Try and make it as bold as possible. Yeah, it's clear here, visible clearly. Exactly, exactly. A lot of it is outside of my. Okay, so I have this set. I have this set and ready. Now, what we're going to do is we will turn these to crystals. See, these crystals I'm going to draw as these obscurely placed rectangles and these cubicles. Okay, so if you can, I mean, you don't necessarily have to follow this. Infuse creativity. Inktober is all about the freedom of creative expression, creative sketching. What I'm going to do is, see, I have an arrow that's pointing here. I am going to be turning that to a crystal per se, like this. For example, this one I'll just draw some to the side and then I'll extend this to crystal. See, it's become a crystal. See this, it's become a crystal. So like that, that's what I'm going to be drawing. You don't have to necessarily follow the same procedure and make the same kind of crystals. Use your creativity. Or if you wish to follow along with me, you may follow along with me. Okay, so I have this first line here and I am going to be drawing the next line here where I draw this. I turn this into one block. You see this? And I add a little bit of this point here and I have made it. Voila, crystal. Let's do this. Here, this one. I am going to be drawing a couple more strokes to each one. To each one, I'm just drawing 2 neighboring strokes. Listen, I'll just slightly change the orientation a little bit. You know, I'm just slightly changing the orientation. Just imagine this to be this edge of this block here. There. And we have this. Here I'm going to be drawing another. And these ones, it's just kind of pointing out from this one end. Okay, just kind of pointing out from this one end. I have this here. I have this here. And let us go. We have this. See that? Again. So if you're finding it difficult, you can't draw the same exact shape. It does not matter. Crystals come in all kinds of different shapes and forms, and that's the beauty of this. That's the beauty of this. You can express it in whatever ways that suits you the most. Okay, so don't worry about getting the exact shape. As long as you're getting some shape, it is fine. See, I'm just kind of changing up the forms here, making it mine. See this? You want to add some more? Let's do it. See? There. We have a set of crystals. We have a set of kryptonite that's forming here. Yes. Let's add in another one. From the back, we want to draw crystals from all different shapes and sizes and directions. See, this adds a lot of dynamic quality to your drawing. You know, like really high pressure. Some otherwise your drawing will look boring. When it's just in the same thing, it will look flat. This is one of the things. We like objects that are all around us, that are three-dimensional. We want to create that multi-dimensional look. I mean, if it's just on two sides, if it will appear flat, our eyes don't like it. We like objects that it just piques our interest. It keeps our brain more active, and we just like it that way. Okay, so there you go. We have this. All right. You can make it on different sizes and forms. That's completely all right. Hey, but why just make it crystal? Why not add a little more intrigue into this? Let's add a little bit more flowers, because I know how many of you are lovers of flowers here. Respond with S if you are a lover of flower. So, okay, so funny thing here, you know, like it's soul flow. A lot of people confusingly call it soul flower. And Sanchari here is a huge lover of flowers. She always adorns herself with flowers. See this? Let me put you on spotlight. She always adorns herself with flowers.
I'm a big fan of flowers. In fact,
why do you adorn yourself
on my page?
Sanchari?
We are doing, because flowers are the way I feel like they're just beautiful. They are one of the most beautiful things in nature. Just like Japanese believe that even if the flower stays for one day, it spreads its beauty all throughout. And you guys have drawn florals, right? It's such beautiful to draw flowers. In fact, right now with our batch, we have been drawing flowers only. I think Sujata is here. I think she was here right now. We have been drawing flowers in our class. We have been doing Frida Kahlo. We have been doing these amazing botanical works. So let's draw some flowers. I don't know what everybody's doing SSS. Some flowers are something I really love. In fact, this is sort of the acrylic version of what you are trying to do. Like you can see, my crystals have not come very well because I was trying in watercolors, but you could do something like this in your pen and pen illustration today, right? Make any flower you want. I'm excited. Come on, let's start.
I see. So let's draw flowers now. Let's draw some flowers. Flowers is beautify everything. Okay, so before we actually draw, I'll just be drawing in a little bit of some loose shapes here, which I later transition into flowers. So I'm just drawing around here, another round here. Before we go distinctly into each of the petals, drawing each of the petals, I'll just be drawing some of these things here, on these loose forms here. Okay, I have this. Let's transition it into flowers. See this? Notice guys, as I draw, I'm just drawing it as these flicks. Remember what I told you about flicking and drawing? Here I'm drawing it as a line. I design a starting point, a design ending point, and I'm just pulling my pencil. Here, I'm just flicking my pencil in order to create the arcs. Why? Because it's short. Flicks are useful for drawing curves and shorter objects. See this? When you're drawing this flower petal, don't draw like this. I know a lot of you, when you first start drawing, you tend to break your pen strokes and you do like this. Instead, just draw like this. See? You can, a flower form, you can either just draw. See this? Notice how I'm making these loose flicks. Or you can draw like this. This is too much labor. We don't want this. We want to keep it easy. We want to keep it flowing, which is why we call it soul flow. I teach you how to flow with your soul and with your pens. Sure. There you go. See this? Do stay along with us all throughout. There. I'm drawing this. Let's add in a little more of this here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. I'm adding in another flower here, okay? This one, I'll just hide it partially. So I'll just hide it partially. Let's go. There. I've added in these flowers. But hey, why just flowers? Let's make it more interesting. I'm adding in some leaves here. Let's add in a little bit of this, this plants. See, notice I am just pulling my pen to form these S curves. Try this out. Just pull your pens to these S curves. Pull your pencil with these S curves. There. Guys, we already made a wonderful drawing. Congratulations to you people for drawing all along. Wow. Now I want to hear from those people, first timers who said they didn't draw. But wait, we are not done yet. The magic begins when we start the inking. There. Like just absolutely, Neha, you are getting recording. But wait, why wait about the recording when you are live? When you are live, just draw live. Don't wait for the recording. How often do you get to be in a live session like this? There you go. That should do the trick for you. That should do the trick. Okay. That should do the trick.
Okay, here guys, can all of you show me your drawings once? Unmute, take your camera off. Can you show us what you've drawn? Yes, of course you can use colors, Veena. Look at me, I'm using colors. I was just not happy with my crystals, so I'm doing. You can do colored versions, anything. It's all about consistency. Look at you, oh my God. Some of your crystals are beautiful. Just 1 minute, let me take some screenshots. Wow. Wow, lovely. After this, I want all of you to finish these drawings and go back to your Instagram and post all this. Vaibhav, nice, you're working on them. Pooja, very beautiful. Realme X2 is doing it in ink. Lovely.
But hey, wait, we are not done. We are not done with the drawing.
This is just the drawing. Wait. Let's start. Let's finish it. I'm excited now. Wow.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We are now inking it. Okay, we are now inking it. Let's go. Let's go. Brilliant. By all of you guys. But wait, the fun is just beginning. The fun is just beginning. We are going to start inking it. Okay, so whatever pen. Now, the first question that you might have to ask when I talk about inking is what pen do I use? Guys, it does not matter at this stage. Use what pen works for you. Currently, I am using a 005 tip pen, micron fine liner. Whatever works for you. Those of you experienced with pens, I know some of my students are here. So those of you, Aditi is here, for instance. So if you are experienced working with pens, use whatever you like the most. Like as you follow along, visualize and start thinking, you know the rules, you know the basics, just start thinking along. Those of you who are here first time, who are following my instruction for the first time, whatever material you have, use it. Or if you have a collection of pens, you can use 005 fine liners. All right. If you do not despair, just use whatever. All right. So let us start adding the ink magic. I am going to see, notice my strokes here. I just decide where I start and I just pull it like this. One clean line. Remember, as I told you, you are not going to just stop. One clean line. Exactly. Let's go. One clean line. See this? You can even hyperextend the edges a little bit, but one clean line. Notice how I grip my pen. You want to grip it, you want to hold it in a particular distance so that you can move it accordingly. If you hold it too close, you realize that you can only do so far. If you grip it a little further, you know that you can pull so much more. So that's exactly what we are doing. There you go. See this? You start an end, you decide a starting, you decide an end, and you just pull your pens in a nice, loose, and relaxed manner. Just draw as long as you can. And as you draw, unwind and relax. You are here for some time to just de-stress from all the work that you had to do over the time. You're just here to de-stress. You're just here to relax. So just let go and let the pen guide you. Don't hold back too much. See, just let the pen slowly glide and guide you. See this? Release with the pen. See that? Start and then slowly release. Unwind. See, with each line, as you let go of the ink, you are letting go a part of yourself. You're letting go a part of your stress. You're letting go a part of your strain. You are letting go a part of your resistance. You are letting go a part of all that you don't need. And as you let go of all that you don't need, it is in turn replaced by something much more value. It is in place replaced with something much more immeasurable. It becomes full with peace. It becomes full with love. Let us go. See this? Okay. That's it. That's about the crystal. Let's also add in some ink to the flowers here. Again, same as we do, we will just outline them. See this? And hey, notice this as I draw, I add in a little bit of stress on some ends and I just slowly release. You can try that. Why just grip with the single thing? You can adjust the pressure like this. See, you can just, like kind of slowly release the pressure. Exactly. That's the time when we are all free. Exactly. Loving it. So you can just slightly adjust the pressure and you just slowly let go. See that? Just try drawing with these different, like sometimes I'm adding dotted lines, sometimes I'm adding this one. Right. See this? I don't need to complete all my edges. That's the beauty. Like I can just suggest some of the edges with the dotted line. See this? Free yourself. See, notice here how I made these lines and here how I'm placing these free flicks. Just try this. Using your thumb as the guide, just try drawing these loose flicks. Express yourself like this, see? Okay, here I want to add a couple more crystals. Here again, I am not flicking, I'm just rather pulling my pen. See that? There. Hey, let's add a little more. Just pull out your pens here. Here you want to pull it out again. See, pen illustration is basically a movement between this pull-push motion, this line motion versus a flick motion. And then as you start adding in the depth and layers, as you will notice, as you will see in a short while, I will show you how to play around with layering, adding in depth and all of it. That's about it. In fact, it is so simple, yet people complicate it so much. And this is what I do. I make drawing simple for everyone. And a lot of people kind of hate me for that as well. Oh, I thought this is so difficult. Why do you make it so easy? See that? Just play around with these low strokes. See, when you draw, you want to, you want to have that sense of freedom. See, notice as I draw, I'm not restricting my movement. See, I'm not drawing all my leaves as identical. Sometimes I'm just making it a little narrow. Sometimes I'm just kind of, it's almost like it's being moved by the wind. There's a certain upward pull to this. There's certain, you want to show that. So let's add in, why stop here? Let's add in a little bit more of these smaller leaves here. See this? Just adding in some larger leaves. The more you add, the more richness you bring into this. See that? See, just giving it this nice base here. See that? You just want to, like have these loose movements going on here. See? And it did well. Exactly. It's about letting your soul flow. I'm just adding in these nice loose flicks here to add in some more sense of depth and richness into this. See that? Okay. All right, so we have this. Respond to test if you have done so. We have given it an outline. We will add a little bit more fine touches into this, right? Right now, starting right now, we are going to give it a little more fine touches. But firstly, I want you to finish with the outline. So respond to test if you have drawn the outline and you are ready to take on. Yes, 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 yes. Amazing, amazing. Done outline, done outline. You're all enjoying this? You don't just draw, you just flow. You don't draw. You become the art. At a certain point during the process of drawing, the line between the art and the artist merges. You never know where the artist ends and the art begins, and vice versa. Because you are so much into it. You just dive so much into it that you just know that, like you never know where the artist ends and the art begins.
Some of you might be a little advanced and be a little finished with your drawing, but stay with us till the end. We have a lot of surprises, lot of chance to win prizes, giveaways, and a very important announcement till the end. So stay with us. We are almost here.
Let's go. We have a beautiful Let's add in some more depth into this. Okay, so notice here what I'm going to be doing here. I will just remember, guys, can you please keep yourself on mute? Okay, so notice this. Here what I'm going to be doing is, remember what I told you about the adding in the lines? See how the flow for this is going. The flow for this is going like this. See that? The flow for this is going like this. Even for this. You want to kind of follow the pen according to the flow of this. See that? See, the understanding the flow is very simple. You decide the ends and you just offset it. Here the end is like this and you're just offsetting these ends. So let's try adding in some strokes just as per the flow here, okay? Just adding in a couple of strokes here. And notice as I add in the strokes, I alternate between this dotted line, straight line, just to add a little bit more interest. Just doing the same straight lines, you know, it just kind of makes it boring. Done.
हैंग तो होगा इसको बस फोन करने के लिए फोन लोग इसमें सब कुछ करेगा तो नहीं होगा फिर
Oh my God, I'm muting everybody. I'm so sorry, guys, but I'm muting everyone.
Yeah. Okay, so now see, notice this pattern that I'm following. Straight line followed by dotted. It just creates a little more intrigue than just drawing the regular line. Let's do some more here. So here I'll just draw a couple of strokes combined. The quality of your line depends on how clean you make each of these lines. You know, like each of these strokes. See here, I'm just following a series of dotted lines. Right. And notice my strokes as I draw. A lot of them are just parallel. See, they don't diverge from the form. I always respect the flow of this. See that? I respect the flow and I draw accordingly. Let's try something. Let's try some more here. Okay. See, again, I'm just adding in some strokes from this end. The reason why I'm playing around with these dotted lines and these straight lines, because I want to create a kind of a reflective feel around this. Kind of a reflective feel around this. Because that's why, see, you notice in a crystal, we see these areas of light and dark. That's exactly what we are trying to accomplish here. Let's try a different variety for this one. Okay, so we've done a lot of horizontal strokes. For this one, just try a vertical set of strokes. See this? Notice this is also flow. It's still under, it still goes, it's still according to the form here. Let's try this. And it only creates a little more intrigue. Only creates a little more intrigue. See that? That. Let's do this here. Let's try the same here. Here as well, I'm just going to be following the vertical set of strokes. See that? Notice how my strokes, as you draw each strokes, pay attention to each line. Pen illustration, as I pointed out, is just about creating lines. Creating a set of nice patterns through lines and through strokes. See that? At the end of the day, if you can get a lot of these lines clean, you get a nice pen drawing. For this one, I will just draw along this line, this one side. See, I'm just alternating. Sometimes I just draw, sometimes I don't draw. You know, just alternating and just kind of creating this intrigue. See here, I just draw on this side. So use your creativity. Just visualize how the crystals shine and where it's light, where it's dark. Accordingly, you can just fill it up. Here, I'll just add a little bit of this. Notice, after a while, you just get a hang of this. Don't restrict yourself. Don't overthink it. Just be a child. As you draw, be a child. Go back to your childhood and just draw. Let's go. Notice, we are so excited when we are children. We are so creative when we are children. Yet as adults, we tend to lose all of it. Why? See? For this one, I'll again add in strokes only to one end. Okay. Just pulling them here. Let's try a little more intrigue. See? Dotted. Now straight. See, just have fun, play around with it. I'm not setting any guidelines, any rules. Just playing around with it. See here, I just want to add a little bit of strokes to this mid end. Can you have this? How much of your creativity can you put into this? Okay. That should do.
Some of you were saying you wanted to draw a crown. You could draw a crown around this now. Some of you wanted to draw a crystal ball. Why not a crystal ball inside this?
Exactly. Why not? Right. Why not?
You can play around so much with this. In fact, that's what we want to see also. Make as much interesting as you can and put it on Instagram and tag us.
Exactly. Let's go. See this? Notice how I'm just drawing these little pollen. This acts as a pollen gauges. These circles, these small circles here. See? Just create these things to the flowers. And hey, why stop here? Let's add in these flicks from these ends. Let's create these flicks from these ends so that, like we just have this. See, now the flowers look more like it. Right, we just add and we just create a little more details to the petals. See here, I'm just flicking my pens again. While here I drew my lines stroke by stroke, here I just flick. See this? Have fun like this. See?
Some of us were asking us about colors. Why not do a watercolor color fill on this? You can try that also. You can add in more black and white. Yes, imagination. This is just a base point. Imagine that there's just 1 hour, and in 1 hour we had to teach you strokes. We had to teach you. We could finish this. But imagine all the things you can do with more ink and all. And that is exactly the theme of Inktober. You take a crystal, the entire prompt was just one word, crystal. Out of that one word, you grow a thought, you make it into a picture, you bring it to your pens and your creativity into it and form this. So throughout October, that is what we are going to do. Every day, me and Niranjan will be giving out one art tip to your in the WhatsApp group that you will be a part of. And apart from that, we will also be talking to you about different ink techniques. We will be sharing the work of other people here, all at the cost of less than 1 tea per day. At 10 rupees, because one chai, that's all you need. It's a 300 rupees group. And with that group access, you will meet some of the most fantastic people. Look at their creative work. The same basic crystal, they've turned it into so many different forms. So you will be joining such people. We will be talking. We will be growing with each other. And every day we will be posting this on Instagram, etc. We will just be using this as a consistency thing. Also, if you want to draw more with us, at 10 p.m. today, we are going to come live on this page. We are going to draw more with you. We are going to show you how we are going to finish our own drawings because we plan to stay consistent. So come guys, join us over for this entire month. I have already put the link in the group. Join in for this group link and come in and spend the entire 1 month with us drawing. Every day we will be drawing and growing together. And some of you have been asking us about time. The timing is not an issue. You can draw entire day. We will be giving you some tips, some recordings, and a lot of competitions on the way. Some of you who remain consistent throughout the time, they get special gifts from us. See the art prints behind my wall? You will get some of the prints from the teacher, one-on-one classes. Also, we'll be, giving you discount coupons for our next workshops. So hang in there. Is somebody seeing?
Popcorn.
Okay. So yes, art will feel like therapy. We are going to do it. So how many people are going to join in for this? How many people want to join us and paint with us through all the month?
All the month. We have 120 participants here. I want to see how many of you would are ready to take up 30 days of consistency challenge. 30 days of consistency challenge. Guys, you don't tell me you don't have, like, what is your excuse? What is your excuse? Oh, come on. It's nearly free. It's at the cost of 10 rupees a day.
Nearly at 10 rupees, we'll be receiving a tip. Art class will be receiving a tip. We will be consistent with you. How do we have to pay? I will be joining. Oh, some of you have already joined us. Wonderful. Then please put your drawings on the Padlet board. We are going to have an exhibition for you people. I showed you, right? The Padlet board. There's going to be an exhibition of all your drawings. Asmitao, please guys, just join in. If you are having problems with Google Pay, I think the server is a little bit down today. Try the payment tomorrow. But I want to see all of you as a part of it. It's a wonderful community. And you will see the kind of, Niranjan, why don't you show the transformation? Show us your original drawings. What you were drawing before and what you've been doing now.
My first drawings. Sure.
For those job timing should not be an issue because we will be giving you it was an open challenge all throughout the day. Throughout the day, you can draw anytime looking at the recordings. Navya, it's one-time payment of 299. So it's like 10 rupees per day. So do it all through the day. You didn't include my drawing in board today. I am sorry, Neha, I didn't understand. You will have to upload your drawings on the Padlet board yourself.
Guys, so you asked for my sketches, okay? So this is how I used to draw in the beginning. Very humble sketches. I was this artist who didn't like traveling around and who liked sketching. Very, very humble sketches I would make like this. From here, I will tell you what consistency can do for you. From here, just the act of staying consistent through my process gets you here.
Wow.
I don't promise that by joining in to this group, you will be able to make drawings like this in 30 days. Guys, it took me years to figure this out. But it will get you started. It will get you started to exploring your own best art. The key is to not draw like me. The key is to draw your best. So join in, okay? If you have come in here and you enjoyed this drawing, which I really hope you did. I want you to do a couple of things here. First up, you can infuse a little bit of your creativity.
Niranjan, can you launch the poll? Till then, people will keep on doing poll. I'm not able to do it. Please.
Sure. Wait. Let me make you the host there. Now I think you should be able to launch the poll.
I'm not able to. Can you? Anyways, guys, I want you, all of you in Instagram, do you teach the same? Yes, you join in today for the live, you'll see. It's not exactly teaching the same. Inktober is a lot about your creativity as well. It's not about just sketching. We will be teaching you in general sketching and then asking you to do it on your creativity. For example, today we taught you basic crystals and flowers. Make it. Today, can we make it as much as we can?
See guys, notice how I'm adding in a little bit of this depth here. So you can firstly infuse a little bit of your creativity by adding in depth and other stuff here. First. Secondly, I want you all to take a very good photograph of this. Okay, a very good photograph of this. Share it on Instagram. Tag at SoulflowART. At SoulflowART. 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 I want you all to tag it. And you can put in a hashtag at #Inktober, #Inktober Day 1 Crystal. That will get you a lot of traction. And Of course, you can. The registration link is already in. I'll be dropping it in the group as well. Register into the Inktober community. Get into the habit of drawing every single day. And you can see the magic, that the stack effect that it can have for you. Just one positive habit every day, what it can do for you. Now,
and there are limited seats, so I would suggest that you, for example, some of people were not able to join this workshop as well. That's because of the limited seats. Zoom has a limited option, a limited entrance option. So please, guys, finish your registration as early as possible.
Sanchari, can you put me on the spotlight? Just go to gallery and you'll be able to find me. Then put me on the spotlight there.
Yes, done. It's not the same on Instagram. Instagram, we will be just basically, it's a limited option, because on Instagram, we can't come, you won't be able to see the person alive, the picture quality and all, but it's a draw along.
It's a draw along. It's a draw along. It's a demonstration. It's a demonstration. It's a draw along.
It's for 299, and I am doing it. Of course, Mansi, a lot of our batch people are. He himself is an architecture dropout. That is where his love of sketching started from. And we have so many people in our class who are from interior and architecture.
Exactly. Will Zoom meeting continue like this? We pay after 3 to 4 days.
Swati,
no, absolutely. Today is the only day with Zoom meeting. Today is the only day.
Vaibhav, beautiful.
After this, you can still learn. We'll be sharing some recordings, some drawing recordings, some draw alongs. You can try all of them out. Oh, someone asked me, why did I drop out from architecture? Well, I found a bigger calling. I found a higher calling to my life. And that is exactly what I'm doing right now. I teach people to find Zen with pen.
So how much is your 1 month course? I'm Mehek's mom here. My daughter has just joined your class.
Sure. This Inktober community, this is priced at rupees 299 per month.
99 per month.
Yeah. It's not a class. Mehek's mom, it's
firstly.
Okay.
Let me clear this up for you, Mehak. So these are not classes per se. This is like an accountability group where you're provided with a platform to stay with like-minded people, and you get this inspiration to draw and share every day. Some recordings will be shared, some draw-alongs will be shared, which you can learn at your own pace using it. These are not, you had the session today, and not like we're going to be these properties. You understand? It's not classes per se.
Okay.
If you're looking for classes, we will be having it in the middle of October, 3-day-long workshops, which the date is still to be finalized. Keep following our Instagram page to understand what kind of class. That class will be ideal for your daughter, Mehek. 3-day workshop that we have there, we will take you up the basics.
Okay, fine.
Joining architecture college. AD has asked, are we joining architecture college? Build this. Absolutely. Sketching is one of the foundation skills that you need in architecture. Absolutely. Sketching gives you an edge over everyone. Once you are able to draw freely with the pen, lot of architecture is about being able to, like you should be able to express your designs. So sketching, being able to sketch something that's foundation, and you're not going to teach this to you in architecture college. Hey, Sanchari, can you put me on spotlight?
You are on spotlight.
No, I'm not.
You are on spotlight. It's already there. I have to remove you from spotlight otherwise.
Oh, is it? Okay. All right.
Yes, Bindia, he's already answered the question. Lot of Bindia and AD both have the yes. Architecture is all about, he has become sort of this good artist because of this architecture background, and the converse is also same. Architecture, you'll be expected to be an expert with straight lines. Where will we get the link? Just as you register, you will be given the WhatsApp link. If in case you don't get the WhatsApp link, please text us with your registration form.
Absolutely.
Nayanita, most of the batch who is joining our Inktober batch are beginners, and we have shared a lot of videos. You can also go to our Instagram, and there are a lot of IGTVs on this, how to start as a beginner. Even I am a beginner. This time only I'm trying to get more efficient with Inktober. I have dropped in the hashtags in the groups, guys.
Could you share the absolutely enough? The registration link is shared. Did you share it in the WhatsApp group already, Sanchari?
Yes, I've shared everything.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. It's okay if I make the payment. Sure. I mean, as soon as you make the payment, you'll be redirected to the WhatsApp group, and then you can, you can do that. So when you make the payment, you can join in. I mean, you can even join in the mid of the month. That's completely fine. Okay. It's not like, like you're we are going to deny you from entry. But of course, if the registration, if the slots apply, I think we are already 50% full. If the slots are full, we will not be able to take you in. In fact, it's happened for today's workshop as well. We were overflowing with registrations. Have drawn along, but still not that good. That's completely fine. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. You can, like it's everyone learns at their own pace, and perhaps you're just starting out. I've been doing this for a long time now. I've been teaching for a year now. So, I think it's very unfair to compare yourself with anyone else. Guys, questions. If you have questions, you can ask. You can ask any of your questions, queries, concerns. We are here to help you out today. We are here to help you out. So I think that's it.
Niranjan, can you put a picture on the groups?
It's looking pretty good to me. Can I share one tip for sketching portraits? Oh, one tip for sketching portraits. See, a lot of the times when we draw portraits, what happens is that we get so intimidated by looking at the overall face. But rather, like everything else, this can be broken down into its fundamentals. When we learn to draw portraits, first focus on the anatomy, understand the anatomy. And once you understand the anatomy, that is the distance between each of the proportion, the distance between each of the features of the face, the eyes, the nose, the lips, and all of that. Then you can pay attention to the features, individual features. Learn, draw a lot of these features. And that's how you slowly get on with the drawing. You take it step by step by step. Tips to enhance your creativity. Of course, use more of it. Creativity is that fountain that keeps, that keeps flowing the more you use it. You must have heard of this, you must have heard of this things that just keeps coming and limitless. That's what creativity is. A lot of us are so afraid of being creative. We just think, it's going to run out of stock. That is completely nonsense, utter nonsense. Instead, what happens is you will have to use more of your creativity. You'll have to use more of your creativity.
Okay, Sajith, can you give some tip on how we can correct our mistakes in ink art? Because it's ink, we can't erase it.
Oh. Be careful. You avoid making mistakes in the first place. That's it.
Okay, no. If we make, how we can correct it?
If you make, it's done. You're done. It's a scar for life. You're scarred for life. You either throw the paper away or you just complete the drawing with that mistake. See, in fact, as we become more experienced with pens, we will learn a lot of techniques, and then we make less and less mistakes. That's what I teach in my longer boot camps. So we make less and less mistakes, and that's how we go with it. So yeah. And of course, we also learn to cover it up.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. How to cover it.
Oh, it's a long list of techniques. It's a long list of techniques, right? I mean, do you cook, Neha? You must be, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So if I ask you how do I what do I do to a paneer if I just add a little bit extra butter? Can you just say it like that? You can't, right?
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
it's a little bit of mix of ingredients. Both are very similar.
Okay. Thanks.
So Isha, what are we going to draw at 10 p.m.? At 10 p.m. See, today's prompt is this. Today's prompt is crystal, and we are focusing. We are going to be drawing crystal. Why are we focusing on crystal? Because today's prompt is crystal. We are celebrating Inktober. What type of drawing is required in architecture? Oh my God. Let's connect. DM me. We'll discuss architecture and tech. Let's go. Oh, Gidata, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being the cheerful presence.
Niranjan, we will be learning coloring techniques as well?
No, I'm sorry, Tasneem.
Only the ink.
It's about inking because I teach pen illustration and that's what we are going to be learning here. And you learn that pen itself, there is so much, so diverse, so versatile that this in itself takes a whole lifelong to master.
Okay. Thank you.
The Inktober group is almost getting filled, guys. More than 3/4 seats are gone. So I would suggest if you're planning to at least, and if you're not able to make the payment right now, at least let us know.
How much registrations do we have already?
Hi.
Hey, Dipan. Tell me.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Oh yes, you are. Am I
Okay.
audible?
Like I have one question. That is, if I say register for a month, is it a like 30-day thing, or is it only for weekdays or for, you know?
Oh, I get it. See,
Yeah.
what Dipan is an accountability group where you get the inspiration and the insights to build consistency of drawing every day. Get it?
Yeah.
Right. So what it's going to be is when you join, you're joining in for 1 month.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
How
Another.
much you make out of it? I'm going to be giving you lots in this 1 month. It's going to be a lot.
So you're going to be live in it?
There will be Instagram lives. There will be recorded videos. There'll be special posts.
Okay. So we'll have access to all of that. So we'll have access to that during the totality of the month.
Exactly.
Okay. Suppose I miss a day. Do I get a recording for that or something like that?
Everything is set.
Everything.
Okay.
Everything will be recorded.
Okay.
Will be recorded. Zoom sessions will be recorded. Everything will be recorded.
Okay. Now, okay. Suppose I don't pay now. I pay tomorrow. Then how do I tell you that okay, I'm interested? Do I write it in this WhatsApp group?
Sure. You can share it in the WhatsApp group. No
problem. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
But make sure you do raise people we won't be able to stop it for long. Today we had to close the webinar because we had so many people coming in.
Sure. That I got, but right now I am not able to come outside. So tomorrow I'll just say that I'm interested. Okay. Thank you so much for answering.
Thank you. Drop a message to one of the others.
Your interest.
Yeah. Sure.
Yes, Nidhi, you can show us.
Hey, this is Asmita.
Yes,
the GPay is not working right now. The GPay is not.
GPay ka issue is happening. I also mentioned this only. Please do it by tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So I hope you like the session. We have to drop now because then only this recording can process. And also we are going to come live at 10 again. Meenakshi, yeah, sure, Meenakshi. Nidhi, just wait 1 minute.
Thank you, ma'am.
Meenakshi showing.
And thank you, sir.
Beautiful Meenakshi. Wow. Nidhi, wow. I'm going to put these on Insta. Nidhi, have you used charcoal or pens only? Pens. Meenakshi, you didn't add flowers to this?
Oh, wow, lovely.
Some flowers.
Vaibhav has done a beautiful work. Nidhi has done a beautiful work. Loving it. You guys joining in for the month, right?
Somebody did a watercolor. Shruti has done a watercolor. Wow.
Oh, crazy. Look at the creativity.
Wow. Once again, Vaibhav, can you show your ink once again? Somebody's done a Naruto also. Oh my God. Please tag us and send this on Instagram.
Guys, share this on Instagram. Okay, share this and tag us. Tag at SoulflowART. Let everyone know that you are taking up the Inktober challenge.
Wow. We are going to do a lot of anime. In fact, there's Deepak in our group who's doing an Inktober superhero theme all across this week, this month. I would love to have you join and do more cartoon type sketches.
Yes.
Mansi, beautiful. Kashish, wow. Pooja is showing. Let me add Pooja also. Pooja, you have defined. Have you been doing ink illustrations for long? Very defined. Very nice.
Very nice.
Firdaus, can you hold it straight? It's lovely. And I want all of you to join Inktober with us now and get consistent. Come on, guys. It's less than a tea, 10 rupees per day. Or in return, you will be consistent. One day you are making such nice, beautiful drawings. Sudeepti. Wow.
Inktober is just about your creativity. So you can do Zentangle. I've seen poets who make a poem dedicated to each of the prompt lists. So, like you can do anything pretty much with it. I've seen dancers dance to the prompts. It's about your creativity, guys. It's about your creativity. So let's end this session so that this can be out for recording. Our other friends who are waiting the recording, so let us provide it to them. I really hope you guys enjoyed this today's session and you know what to do to draw more. All right. So we'll see again.
And congrats, you've completed the first day of prompt. ऐसे ही चलते चलते मजाक में बन गया देखो. Wow.
Exactly. So many first timers and I'm very happy that you are loving.
So finish your second prompts also and have a beautiful day. I hope to see some of you at 10 p.m. today. I am excited.
Let's go.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining.
See you at
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much,
Bye.
both of you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You gave us the energy to keep on giving. We told you it's an energy transaction. Your energy, we give it back to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
I have a
Bye-bye.
last doubt. Sure, Sarita, please ask.
Okay, my doubt is that we do have time till 12 o'clock to post today's prompt, right?
Yes, it's not anything strict. See, Inktober is to have fun also. Discipline, consistency, there have fun also. No pressure and all. You can put it.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Niranjan, I am going to stop the meeting so that we can process for conversion.
Sure. Stop.
Let's drop. Bye, guys. All of you. Have a nice day.